Over the many incarnations of the character, each one receives its own praise for its new and exciting portrayal of a classic. However, many fans would agree with what I'm about to show you is the definitive portrayal of the wall-crawling, web-swinging, and friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Crap, sorry. How did that get in there? Oh well, what I'm of course talking about is Marvel Spider-Man, aka Spider-Man PS4.
Don't forget the hyphen between Spider and Man.
Hold on. There we go, alright. Hello RTA928, my name is Tyler Burstein, and let's dive in and talk about why Spider-Man PS4 is just so spectacular. Warning, there is going to be a lot of Spider-Man based puns. If you notice all of them, bonus points. While Marvel's superhero franchise could not be any more popular, with billion-dollar films such as Avengers Infinity War, Marvel's superhero-based games have always struggled. That is until Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man was released exclusively for the PS4, the original version, the Slim, and the Pro, on September 7th, 2018. Developed by Insomniac Games, the same developers behind Ratchet & Clank, the game is set out to make the player feel like Spider-Man, and with exciting web-swinging and a beautifully massive recreation of New York City, combined with the relatability of Yuri Lowenthal's Peter Parker, this game did exactly that. Marvel's Spider-Man is an open-world, third-person action-adventure game that is set in the borough of Manhattan in a fictionalized version of modern-day NYC. As mentioned before, this game aims for you to feel like Spider-Man, and it succeeds with every swing across the concrete jungle. Swinging feels absolutely sensational, and although there's a bit of a learning curve, swinging eventually feels effortless and becomes so satisfying when combinations of wall running and web zipping are added into the mix. The amazing 15-hour-long main story feels like a superbly directed movie or Netflix series. The shots are stunning, the pacing is incredible, and the whole direction is downright perfect.
Yeah, I know.
And if you ever feel like you can't get enough Spidey, there are 3 DLCs out now, each with their own 3-hour stories. Yuri Lowenthal becomes Peter Parker. You don't hear a voice actor's attempt at Spider-Man, you just hear Spider-Man. New York City is also completely interactive with civilians. Just by pressing a button, the player can take a selfie, high-five, or get a report of a crime from any of the civilians. New York is also filled to the brim with Marvel Easter eggs. From obvious ones such as Avengers Tower and Oscorp, there's also Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, and the Wakandan Embassy, and there's even a Stan Lee cameo.
Love seeing you two together again. You always were my favorites.
The game's combat is also very improvisational. There's a simple 3-button combat system: dodging, physical strike, and web-based strike. But then combined with other functions, there's an endless amount of ways to take down bad guys. Gadgetry includes web grenades, electric webs, spider drones, impact webs, web trip mines, and concussive blasts. Figuring out different ways to take down enemies in a stealthy way, with gadgets, gives the game a Batman Arkham Asylum feel, but more on that in a second. Adding to that variety is Spider-Man's wardrobe of a portable closet of unlockable suits, each with their own special power that can be swapped around. The biggest challenge that Marvel Spider-Man faced is its constant comparison to the Batman Arkhamverse of games. Arkham City, typically the most popular one amongst fans, was praised by both video game and superhero fans, even winning Game of the Year in 2011 for its fantastic story, intriguing characters, and an Easter egg-packed open world. Marvel's Spider-Man took some of the greatest aspects from the Batman Arkhamverse franchise and rewrote them in a way that works for the wall crawler. However, the framework is largely the same: sneak into a warehouse, avoid being detected, and use a mix of gadgets and quiet web takedowns to defeat the crowd of gangsters. I believe what makes this game so special is its ability to have the player really connect with Spider-Man. Peter worrying about his text to MJ is the most realistic depiction of modern dating that I've seen in a while, without being so cringy.
Texting isn't talking?
Spider-Man has always been a relatable character, and this game succeeds by making the player enjoy being a powerless, nerdy Peter Parker, as much as being the sensational and heroic Spider-Man. Since being announced back in 2016, Marvel Spider-Man had a lot of hype to live up to. Luckily, it did, and with a huge impact. The game broke serious records for Sony, including breaking the top-selling Sony title with 3.3 million copies flying out the door its opening weekend. Marvel Spider-Man also demonstrates that video game stories can have just as big as an impact on fans with their characters, just as movies or television shows, with many fans claiming that this is the best interpretation of Spider-Man / Peter Parker ever received. So, I don't know why it got snubbed at the Game of the Year awards.
So, should we kiss now?
Alright, RTA928, thanks for sticking around, and have a webtastic day.